Good day, folks. So, yeah, what a waste of time. I recorded a long video. This is still going to be a long video, but it's not going to be as long as the other one. It's just because it was a right old mess, so I'm redoing it. Yeah, I ain't got time for this. So, you see that pile of stuff in front of you? It's going to be like Ricky on World Chuff Railways at one of his bargain hunts. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. Got some stuff this side to show you. Going to talk a little bit about Cardiff. Going to show you these bits. I don't want to kind of drag it out or anything because I just literally just want to say what I got to say and sign off. Basically, I will show you the plan, the future, well, the plan of the next module, and probably today is the first installment of that. Before we do start though, I would absolutely love it if you guys there's a guy called Yarek's Model Trains. It's a Polish guy, speaks brilliant English. I will put the link to his channel down below. He's not got many subscribers, but it's got a really nice layout. It's got a really, nice lot of trains. Polish guy, obviously living in Poland and stuff. I'm laughing a little bit because he wears this old conductor's hat and he puts his sunglasses on and he keeps saying like Blue Oyster, Blue Oyster Club. Obviously, if you guys have seen Police Academy, you'll know exactly what the Blue Oyster is, and he does look like one of those guys from there. So, please just go over, just watch his last video or something. I'll put a link in and just say hello. He does speak great English, so no worries there. So I will make this as painless as possible and just stick with the video. There's literally so much stuff I've got to get through. This river scene that I did was my first water pour that I'd ever used, sort of resin and stuff. And the inspiration was from modelling with Martin. Now I went to Cardiff, and I've said this obviously in my last video. Seriously, this it's been the best birthday ever, for many, many reasons. And hopefully I'll get through all the points, if I remember them all, through the video. So the thing that he did, actually live on Modelling with Martin, the live show, he did his stream, there's fish in there and eagle, and just like you could see all the bottom of the riverbed, just like mine. And I got the inspiration from it, and I did run a competition, and while he was live, Andy Hudson said to him, put your finger over the front of the paint nozzle. I could see it sort of all unfolding. It was really funny. I find everything funny, but and he did, and it blew back with paint, and it kind of went everywhere, all live on camera. And I obviously used that for my WWS competition and stuff. It was really funny. Well, I've just showed you on my wheelchair that paint. There's still some in my drawers and everything else, but I did exactly the same thing. Lucky I wasn't actually recording. I'm gonna come on to it again. I know I keep saying it with the M113s, and then I painted up the second lot of army vehicles. I mustn't have cleaned it properly. I had a blockage, and I did exactly the same thing. I didn't have the cap on, and I was literally my wheelchair, all my clothes, my legs. I literally looked like a disabled version of Action Man. I'm glad I didn't actually record it happening, but I did tell Martin about it. I owned up to it basically. So as I said, I did go to Cardiff Model Rail Show. To the organisers, I'll start with the bad thing. The aisles are really small. I've got a little bit of footage of it. I will tab it on the back of this video. On the back is only a few minutes. It was really hard because obviously I'm in a wheelchair, and it was really hard for me to record, and some of the layouts were quite high up as well. So, maybe sort of a little bit more thought of maybe a second room. I know obviously today's prices and hiring a hall and all the rest of it. I know the costs and everything. I don't know the exact cost, but I know it's expensive. But that was the bad thing. The good thing was, literally from the organisers to the traders to the exhibitioners to to the actual people that actually went. And it's a shame that I didn't, because apparently Stuart from St Mary's Church was there apparently. We must have passed each other because I was there pretty much from 11:15 till sort of about 4 p.m. It really was a good show. It was, as I said, the people, just everyone was just so friendly. I don't think I've ever been to a model railway show where just everyone was just so laid back and relaxed, and just literally just, it was a really nice time. I had a ball. I did sort of text Martin and stuff that, you know, I was going on a Saturday and what time I'd be there and everything, and he hadn't intended on going, but he did turn up. We had a really nice, we're both ex-army guys, so we had a really good chat, you know, with a bit of army banter and all the rest of it. And you know, Martin, if you do watch this, mate, it was truly, you know, I'm not one to bullshit or blow smoke up people's backsides or anything like that, but it was a truly an honour to meet you, mate. And yeah, I was, yeah, really stoked about that. I was just like, made my day basically. And you know, I've been looking forward to meeting you for a long time. But Martin did. Obviously, I told him about my blowback on my spray gun, but he didn't. He sent me packing, literally. But he sent me away with a little bit of a birthday gift, and it will all come in handy. I'm really looking forward to using these muds, especially obviously when I show you the plan of what I've got in mind, and some weathering powders and a tree kit. So, you know, thank you, Martin, for the birthday present. It's just, you know, it was the icing on the cake, but the main thing for me was, you know, getting to meet you and having a really good long chat. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, I don't get out too much and stuff, so it was a really nice day. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I felt like my missus was driving like a 90-year-old Doris on the way there, because I was excited to obviously go. And on the way back, she was driving like the Stig. And Martin sent me a message also on the way back and everything, and I just couldn't reply because it's been thrown around all over the place. So I don't know what's going on, but it's always like that, isn't it? But I just wanted to show Martin, yeah, this is the one that I actually bought myself. So on with the stuff. Some of it I got a couple of bits from Cardiff from the show. Some of it I was holding off showing you guys, but because of my operation and stuff, I've decided just to get it all out and done out of the way with. So just, if you guys remember those two sort of really loader sort of flat wagons that I've got there, well, I'm on the hunt for some more. There was a bundle of 3 wagons. It was really hard because I couldn't quite tell if it was one or wasn't one. I will get out of the box in a second and join it onto the Rake. It was a bundle of 3. It was really cheap. It's second-hand stuff, and they all fit in onto my, you know, my HO stuff. So it's all good. It wasn't like it was just the one wagon and I had to resell the other 2. You know, all 3 of these will work. But I predominantly bought it for this one, and I will get it out in a, yeah, literally in a second. I've got a number of other bits here to show you. First of all, got a couple of double deckers in DR. I was looking for where the brown is, that would be blue, and obviously where the cream is, that would be yellow. So, you know, sort of the Polish actual livery. But there isn't any in the UK, so I'm probably have to go and shop at Model Barn Lippe for that. While I'm sort of quickly just want to mention, if you guys are considering buying from abroad, little tip for you is stay under £135 because you won't get charged the import taxes. And not only the import taxes, but the £12 bloody fee that Royal Mail charge you for the privilege of having an import tax. So, you know, just say, for instance, these cost 40 quid each, then just buy 3 because the postage is only 11 quid, and you're going to get, if you go over, you're going to get charged 12 quid before and your import tax. So just my little tip, just stay under 135 quid. And if you message some sellers, they'll actually put a low price on the thingy anyway, but I didn't say that. And yeah, so stay under 135 pound. So I'm just going to move these two out of the way because there's something behind it. This is a more modern Polish livery. I've got, again, there isn't any others in the country. I've literally got these two. It's £41 and £43. That one's a driving trailer or control cab coach, double decker, and this double decker here, just a straight double decker. So again, I need to go to Model Barn Lippy. I was holding off on showing you this because I wanted to get a rake of 5 or 6. I don't want any more than sort of 6 coaches in a rake, but just having 2, I wanted a couple more before I showed you, but because of obviously, like I said, my operation and stuff, I just want to get it all done and out of the way with. So we'll get those out in a second because, and I think a couple of weeks ago, again, I've had this for a little bit, and it's in the same livery. Those are Pico, and this is a Roco Loco. I always love saying that. Such a child. Cost me 95 quid. I was going to compare it to a Hornby, but it's, again, different business models and all the rest of it. We will give it a run shortly. I've got a chip in there. And yeah, as always, really sort of, I'm quite a big fan of the Roco stuff, actually. I didn't need to put a driver in because Roco do that anyway. So we've got a driving guy in there. So if you think £95 versus £60 from a trade stall, and very nicely detailed. I do have to wonder, kind of, I don't want to get into any politics really, because I've seen Richard's DBT video, and 220 quid for that. I'm just a little bit like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? And doesn't even have sound or anything. It doesn't even have metal pantographs, it's blinking plastic ones. So, it's people's choice at the end of the day. You got your hardcore fans of Hornby, hardcore fans of Bachmann, hardcore fans of Roco, and all the rest of it. So, if you want to pay 220 quid for it, then that's really your choice, and not for me to say otherwise. But I am happy with this. It does. I've only actually seen them in the DR livery, the Deutsches Reichsbahn livery. But when I see it, this sort of livery, same as that, I was like, £95? Yeah, that's coming home with me. So I'm really happy, and we'll give it a run very shortly. I don't have that nervousness of if it's going to run or if it's not. Couple of bits, as I mentioned, I picked up from not the one at the back, because I already had that one. And lucky, it's actually, these two are the same, but I picked up these two. Not so bothered about the containers. I just literally picked them up for the flat wagons. So I can literally extend this. I'm just going to give you a closer look, as promised. You saw on the last video there. Sprayed these all up myself. Was a bit precarious getting on because the button's at the top on my spray gun, but I've come up with a good plan, and hopefully will make spraying a lot more easier for me. I had a nice chat with a guy actually at the show, so this is going to be a nice size rake. But I did buy them basically for the flats. I got these two for just over 20 quid. So happy days, really happy with that. And that was pretty much my purchases from the show. And here, these are the offending vehicles. Like, turn me into Action Man. I can't believe I just literally got so covered in paint. Unbelievable. I've got no problems admitting it, you know, and that's nothing to do with disability. That was just me being an idiot. So, not a problem. I'm quite happy to call myself an idiot, but it happens. So what we got? We got a ZSU 57. We got a ZSU 23. We got two of those. I have weathered them up already. You know, made them a little bit sort of older looking. And we've got three T72s just here. And again, got the already sort of weathered them up. I'm going to put one of them into the stream, and I will show you the plan before I shoot off. But they're all ready to go. They'll be in the rough ground, and there's going to be lots of scenery and trees and, you know, all that shrubbery. And like I said, want to be sort of stuck in the resin as if it's sort of driving through. So I want a training exercise. There's a little bit more to that scene actually, but I don't want to sort of give too much away. Got there a couple of Unimogs and whatnots, and what I've done here, I've actually taken some of those off because they was actually on those wagons over there. I've taken them off because I'm going to use these actually to go in the army base. So I'm going to have a couple of garages and stuff in there. So I'll be taking these off and then replacing them with other vehicles basically. So it's you know, I'm ex-army, so my love for armoured or for military stuff is, you know, it's up there with the trains. My first love is scenery. I love it. I love doing it. I like seeing the results. I like seeing it how it grows basically. So, you know, I'm very much a scenic person, and the trains are a byproduct of that. And in this case, so is the army vehicles. So I took that flat out. We're going to stick that one onto there. So if anybody spots any of this while they're looking around, if you can send me an email or a message or in the comments or something. So I'd like to get a couple more if possible, but they're really, really hard to come by. And obviously they don't, you know, it's not being produced at the moment. So if anybody does spot any of these type, I'm just going to bear with me a second. Ooh, come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. They've got a really tiny sort of like N-gauge size wheels. So if you spot any, yeah, please send us a message, because a couple more would be really nice. Maybe 2-3 more. Just Leary. Leary? What am I talking about? Seriously, just wow. I'm just can't kind of see it from where I'm sat. £43. I thought, you know, for a coach is, yeah, it's a lot of money. And that one there is £41. I know it's in the UK and stuff, and you can get them cheaper from sort of like Model Bowl, Lippy, especially if you don't, you know, have to pay the import tax. But it's got lights on, and I'm really impressed. Really impressed. I'm like a kid in the sweet shop. I didn't want to show you this just yet. I wanted to get sort of the full rake going. I'm just gonna try and just, there we go, so we can get the whole train. Let's give it a little, I'm not expecting any problems. Wow. That's the sort of reaction you want when you open up a new toy, as they say. I like this livery. I like this livery a lot. I could have spent 30 quid and got the sound version, you know, but sort of, I think, well, actually 40 quid, I think £135. I got enough sound locos just not bothered about it. So it was good enough. Just gonna bring it into platform 1A. I am quite a big fan of Roco stuff to really sort of build solid. You know, that thing, it weighs easily 3 times as much as the. Just going to stop it there a second. Just gonna, so I'm kind of skew-whiffed at the moment. So I just thought I'd get you one from this angle. Hopefully you can see the lights are working. It's kind of like a European version of the Class 66. It really is a meaty loco, that one. Really is. I'm so impressed that this has got lights on. Because what they do is they put on the copper strips, you know, for the wheels, so you can add lighting in on some of the models. Just trying to get a close-up of that. See what it actually says on there. I'll have to play back the video and see what it actually says. But yeah, very impressed. Really nice. So I don't really want to have any more than a 6-car Rake, really. I think because predominantly, you know, Polish railways are more sort of freight. Obviously, they've got a lot of passenger services, but you know, it is very sort of freight orientated. Really like this livery. This is the more sort of modern livery. You got the blue and yellow, which was after the 1989, which they started bringing in, and the DR, which was before 1989, hence why I got. So I'm going to have one set of DR, one set of the blue yellow, and just going to bring it to a stop there. Yeah, I mean, how cool is that going to look with 6 of those? Going to be brilliant, especially past my waterfall scene. So yeah, really happy with that. Very happy. It's a BR233. I know Iwo's probably going to be watching this, and I don't sort of know much about that loco actually, or that class of loco. I just wanted to quickly show you, because it's probably a bit hard with the lighting in this room, but you can see the red lights there. So yeah, we'll just give it one quick run past. I'm just going to go through the future plan of this army base. Really, actually very excited about doing it. I think the most exciting thing will be doing the main station, because I've got some really good plans with that, really good. Having the double tram going underneath the main lines and building the whole sort of town scene up and everything. There'll be lots of blocks of flats and all that kind of stuff. I'm really pleased with this purchase. But yeah, well, I have one DR, one blue yellow, and obviously one Rake of this. But obviously I'm not a millionaire, so I just have to get it sort of piece by piece. And as and when they're available. But I probably will have to get these from Model Bowl Lippy, which is in Germany. Brought many times from them in the past. What do you reckon, Anthony, sorry. Getting all excited. It's nice, isn't it? Really nice, detailed. Very nice. All right, let's just stop it kind of there. And we'll soon wrap this video up. I know it's not going to mean sort of too much to you. Me and my squiggly lines probably drives you nuts. But because I was going to put the assault course sort of imagine if the waterfall was over in the left side, then I was going to have sort of like the army base, and then sort of going into a hill and all that sort of stuff, and then onto where I'm currently built. But I think I'm going to stick this out into the room. I should have enough room for wheelchair either side. One, it can be viewed then from 3 sides, and obviously start at the front here. We've got the rough ground and stream, and having those 272s sort of going, one going through the stream and you know, through the muds, and hopefully I'll do those WWS muds proud. And yeah, it's going to be quite scenic, and it'll be at the sort of forefront of the, you'll be able to see it basically. And then we're going to have an army base itself with all the garages and fuel pumps and a couple of barracks and stuff. I've got some bits already on the way, and excuse the Stumpy getting in the way there. And the assault course sort of at the top end, gonna have 3 sidings with a ramp and stuff. I'm gonna try and get a sort of a run around made, and that's basically the general idea of how it's going to be. My main issue is what I'm going to do with this piece, because I'm considering actually just turning it on its side at the moment. It's taking the legs out, and just because I've only got sort of a wheelchair's width there and 3 foot, so I'm going to need some, you know, working space. I want to try and get as much of this build on camera as possible. It's going to be very scenic, you know, technically scenic, and you know, obviously the only sort of track that's on there is those 3 sidings, but amalgamating sort of military and trains, I think it's going to be quite cool. Yeah, you guys know I absolutely love doing scenery. I can just literally, I could do it all day. I wish there was a job, you know, do it for a living, like, but yeah, obviously there isn't, but that's cool. I'm happy just to do mine. You know, I just really totally enjoy sort of bringing something to life, you know, and it's getting there. So once I move, before I do forget, actually, we have seen a house that we like. We have put in, we're on the second offer at the moment. So I'm hoping that we can come to some, you know, price agreement with the sellers. And once we do, I'll let you know exactly where it is and all the rest of it. But at the moment, we found a house we like. We put an offer in for a house. So we'll see, we'll go from there. It's a bit of a slow process, but there you go. So I just really, again, thanks to Martin for the birthday gift. It really, seriously, it's just, I've said it a couple of times now, it was just literally been the best birthday ever, like, you know. And not because of the free gifts, just so much stuff is sort of happening. It's been it's been one to remember, you know. And it was a real honour to meet you, Martin. And, you know, hopefully we can meet up again before I set off into the sunset, as they say. And I hope I do you proud with the birthday gifts. Please go over to Rake Model Trains. Just, you know, I'll put the link into his latest video, and yeah, to say hi, you know. It's a really nice layout. It's got some really nice trains, and obviously it's a work in progress and stuff, but it's looking good so far. So Cześć, Jarek, and Jak se máš? And I'm sure I'll speak to you soon on your next upload and stuff. So that is pretty much all I've got to say. Whew, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? So I've cut it down quite sizably. And yeah, I wanted to do sort of things separate, but it was just, I needed to catch up really. I was falling a bit behind due to the length of the waterfall that it took me to do, and you know, it was just trying to have a catch up really. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I haven't bored you to death, and if I have, there's nothing I can do about it anyway. So I'll see you. I have got a small little video that I want to upload. It's for mainly for the purpose of anti-dodge, but as an item, and yeah, you'll see Anthony when you see it, and hopefully you guys will just sort of poke your head in and say hello. And yeah, it'll just be a short video before my operation, and maybe a couple of shorts, and then I'll sort of be quiet for a month or two, because I've got things to build while I'm getting over the after operation pain and all the rest of it that goes with amputations. So go me. See you later, guys. Take care. Bye now.
Cardboard. Oh wow. Yeah. Because there's also, is it stuff going on behind? Left my phone in the car, didn't it? Is this a mock-up a live actually the station? Does it go round that way? Yeah. Yeah. That's brilliant. Nice one. Thank you. Yeah. Right. Oh, there we are. Here we are.
Beautiful, thank you, mate.
Yes, keep it simple. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. They would normally go back into an end. Yes. Kiss. Keep it simple. What's that? Yeah. Make it scratch the photos where you've got the estimate underneath. Put it before, of course, you see. That's already, that is just like yes, you can have a tree. Go down the middle.
You just said he was in Morrison. I asked them how long his legs were. Oh, I see.
Somewhere, yeah.